Sally. We met in the dinner queue in our first night at Florence Boot Hall. She was very hard-working, always worried after exams that she'd failed and then she'd come out with a first. Slightly irritating, but everyone's got one of those friends.
Thomas Telford was the first president of the Institution of Civil Engineers, the first engineering institution in the world. In 2007 it was his 250th anniversary, so we decided to have a whole series of apprentices to follow the president during that year, and Sally Walters was one of the people selected to do that.
Sally likes to get involved and she's very keen to promote the engineering profession, both to younger people and to other women.
Sally did a great job. She led on 2 of the tasks that I set the apprentices, and she also went into a junior school in Bristol and worked with some youngsters and explained to them what civil engineering was and showed all these children how exciting civil engineering could be as a profession.
Sally became a chartered civil engineer in 2009 and we were more than happy to promote her to the post of senior civil engineer.
Pell Frischmann is a major engineering consultancy with particular specialisms in water, environmental engineering, traffic, transportation and structural engineering. Key to Pell Frischmann's inputs are technically proficient, enthusiastic and competent chartered civil engineers. This is exactly where Sally fits in. She's bright and articulate and with an inherent ability to motivate all others in the team.
We were happy to support Sally when she made quite an achievement in securing the IET Young Woman Engineer of the Year award in 2009.
Well, the Institution of Engineering and Technology is the largest engineering institution in Western Europe. We have over 150,000 members worldwide. Sally Walters was, of course, the winner this year, and we were delighted to see her successful in this very intensely fought competition. And it's particularly important because it recognises the very significant contribution of young women to engineering today.
One thing to say about Sally is that she's got plenty of drive and enthusiasm, and this applies both at work but also beyond the workplace. Sally has been involved for 4 years with a local charity organisation called Housing and Hazards, who work very closely with Exeter University and RedR.
We in Exeter set up a group that we call the Housing and Hazards Group, which looks at ways of improving the vernacular architecture of a place in a sensitive way that will make it stronger and more resilient in the face of a disaster. 3 years ago, I did a talk about RedR and about housing and hazards to a local engineers group in Exeter, and Sally came up to me afterwards and said, I'd like to get involved in that. She decided she'd like to go and see for herself what happened in Bangladesh. She had 2 weeks there, sort of getting her hands dirty and looking around, and came back very much enthusiastic about it all. It needs somebody with a technical knowledge to understand which improvements are going to be relevant and then to communicate them in such a way that people say, yeah, I've got that idea, I understand that. At some point you have to put your finger down and say, yes, I'm going to do that, because otherwise the chance slips by, you know.
Well, the Bangladesh work is helping communities to live better, safer lives, and you know, talk to her about water systems, she makes it very interesting somehow.
This is very, very much something that Sally is doing from her own heart, something she wants to do and to give something to the world.
One of the great things that Telford did was to mentor and help other people, and that's why he achieved so much. And I see the same skills and traits in Sally. Sally will be a great civil engineer. She's very good at analytical thinking, she's good at problem solving, and she's extremely good at communicating with and working with other people. So I have no doubts at all that she too will be a leader of our industry in the future.
Well, now, sadly, Sally is not able to be here this evening, but her parents are here, and I'm delighted to say that her father, Professor Godfrey Walters, is going to come up to the stage to accept the award on Sally's behalf. Professor Walters.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I don't really know what to say now because I think that film has said a lot. It gives me and my wife great pleasure to be here this evening to accept this award on Sally's behalf. As parents, of course, we know how wonderful and charismatic and marvellous our daughter is, but it does come as a bit of a surprise sometimes to find other people think so too. Sally has all sorts of interests other than those that you've seen on the film. She is actually a keen runner and is participating in the Dublin Marathon for the second time next month. She went on a trek up to the Everest Base Camp last year, and she even still enjoys skiing despite having had to return from a remote ski resort in Argentina to the UK a few years ago with a broken shoulder. So in a way it's not really too surprising that she's not able to be here tonight. When she received notice of this award, she had already committed herself to going back out to Bangladesh to help on a training course out there with Robert Hodgson and the others on the housing project. So hopefully at this time of night she should be well tucked up in bed in a nice safe house somewhere in northern Bangladesh. Before she left, she did give me a few words to read out to you this evening. Before I do that, I'd just like to say my own thanks to the university, particularly the engineering department, for providing her with a sound and very good educational experience, an excellent educational experience here at Nottingham University that has stood her in very good stead, good stepping stones to her career as a professional civil engineer. So I'll just read out what it is that Sally would like me to say. She sends her apologies for not being here to receive the award. It is a great honour and privilege to have been nominated for the recent Graduate Alumni Laureate Award in recognition of my achievements in the engineering field. In December 2009, I was also honoured with the IET Young Woman Engineer of the Year title. To have received both of these awards is, to be honest, a great surprise and a huge privilege. In my career, I have always strived to achieve my best and to be as professional as possible. I strongly believe that engineering is a rewarding and fulfilling career which can offer great benefits not only to those who enter into the industry, but also to society. One of my own ambitions and personal passions is to open up the world of engineering to as many people as possible, from primary school children to university graduates to people seeking new avenues in their careers. These awards offer me further opportunities to promote engineering and give greater publicity to the achievements of engineers and the opportunities available to all. So thank you very much. I'm going to finish there. Thank you.